Right, folks, I do hope you... Yes, I've had my hair cut at long last. I don't know what's happened here, but yeah, it's cut. Anyway, look, let's move on. Showbiz News. I hope you well, by the way. I do. That's what I was going to say, and then I just interjected to let you know. You know I've had my hair cut. It's a lot shorter. I don't know why I've said it. Foolish me. Right, Showbiz News. Well, not much is happening today. Not much in showbiz. So I make no apology for making virtually the whole of the Showbiz News section about one person who's even more showbiz than I actually thought he was. And that's old Ozzy Osbourne. Did a quick video on him last night after I heard he'd passed. Still can't quite get my head round it. Not after we've seen him in not so much good health, but a lot better than I expected only 2 or 3 weeks ago in that there Aston Villa gig. It was a shock. It came from nowhere. But what's really, really surprised me, and it surprised me like I can't tell you, is not so much the outpouring of love. I sort of expected that. But the volume of it, it's everywhere. You look at it. I mean, I'm on YouTube a lot because I do YouTube. It's all over YouTube. There's so many videos. It's unbelievable. But it's all over the TV. Every show you switch on, all the morning news shows were dominated by, especially on the Beeb. The Beeb had just had it wall to wall. ITV had bundles. And then you get your This Mornings, your Loose Women's, all of them. All of them have gone over the top with it. And in many respects, it heartens me. It's great. But I'm thinking, where's it all come from? For all I know, as I say, he was universally loved. People just loved us. They always have. But I thought, why this much? I would never have believed any rock star ever would have garnered as much publicity in death as Ozzy has. I really would never have believed it. I mean, I'm thinking back to old rock stars that I love dying. I mean, we'll go all the way back to my hero, Phil Lynott. Phil Lynott died. He was down for a couple of weeks. It was on the news every sort of second or third night. But they were more concerned with Dustin G, because Dustin G was dying at the same time. Dustin G was ill. Dustin G died, as did Phil Lynott. And yeah, there was some coverage. We'll take it a bit further, not as far back. Oh, Freddie died. Freddie Mercury died. Lots of coverage, a bundle. Everybody loved Freddie. We knew he was ill near the end. You know, we knew things weren't good. One of the great frontmen of all time. And it got a lot of coverage. It really did. It really did. But not like the coverage this is getting. I know we're living in a social media world. I get that. But still not like the coverage this is getting. I thought to myself, well, Phil Lynott, better frontman. This is for my money. Better frontman. Better singer. Better lyricist. Freddie Mercury, universally recognised as the best frontman of all. Not necessarily with me, but not very far off. Great frontman, great lyricist, great singer. Neither of them got as much as Ozzy. I'm thinking, well, he's going to die in the next sort of few years. I mean, might be after me, yeah. Old Robert Plant. Brilliant, brilliant singer. Great lyricist. Great frontman in a different way than all the three I've just mentioned. Much bigger selling band than Black Sabbath. You know, huge selling band, although they didn't last that many years. And I'm thinking, he'll get nothing like this publicity. And then I hark back to the At Home with the Osbournes, and I think that was it, folks. I really do. I think so many people know Ozzy from the Osbourne show. It's crazy. There's loads and loads of people that lapped it up, that watched every show in every series, that weren't into rock music at all. And I think that's what did it. I mean, I think I read some earlier saying there'd have been no Kardashians if it wasn't for At Home with the Osbournes. I'll say to that, I wish they hadn't brought At Home with the Osbournes out. I'm only joking. I mean, I've got no truck or no intention to watch the Kardashians. All of that. Most of this reality stuff is crap. It's not for me. I've got to say, as somebody that watched many of the Osbourne shows, not all of them, but many of them, it was brilliant. It was absolutely brilliant. I always thought to myself, don't think I want to go there. There'll be dog crap and cat pee and stuff everywhere. I mean, it was overrun with animals. But other than that, I thought it'd be great. It'd be a great laugh being in Ozzy's company for a couple of hours. And that's what it was. People just loved him. I mean, he came across as a little bit of him. Please don't take this wrong, Ozzy fans, because I'm a fan myself. Bit of a bumbling idiot. I think of him in concert. I mean, I've never seen a frontman that spends as much time singing as he does pulling his pants up. You know, his stage moves on stage were really just jumping up in the air, which looked strange. Nobody else had got away with it, but Ozzy did, and it looked brilliant. His other thing was running off, getting buckets of water and throwing them at the crowd. Who'd get away with that? Nobody. But Ozzy did. Ozzy did, because we loved him. We just loved him. And I think in death he's loved even probably more than he was in life. It's absolutely unbelievable. And the thing is, I think all the tributes are really genuine, really sincere, and really heartfelt. I did a couple of bits and pieces, a couple of notes. I want to read you a couple of things and thoughts during the course of the day. I'll tell you one that I wasn't that enamoured with. I'm not so sure it was that heartfelt. I seen a tribute earlier on today, and it's off somebody I really, really admire and really, really like. Really, really like. You may have seen it. If you've not, go and watch it. Honestly, it's something you must watch. It's right at the start of this morning today. They had old Gamba on, old Paul Gambaccini. He gave his tribute, because I mean he knows about music from here, there and everywhere and through the ages. But I think he virtually admitted he wasn't a heavy rock fan, a metal fan. He said he'd seen Ozzy before, met him a few times, but he's met everybody, but he's never seen him in concert. I mean, he didn't help himself, Gambo. I mean, it's nothing against him, but he looked terrible. Is he ill? I'm wondering whether he's in a bad way himself and he's on lots of drugs, because he's ballooned up. He looked absolutely terrible sat on that sofa. I've never seen him look so bad. But he looked bad. But more than that, he's talking about a genre that he didn't really seem to know a lot about and didn't seem to really care about. And I thought it was a really poor interview. They asked him, so was Black Sabbath really the leaders and the head of, heavy metal? Well, it'd be themselves, he said. It'd be themselves and Deep Purple. And I thought, Deep Purple? Heavy metal? There's all different names for all the different genres. They've called Deep Purple heavy rock. They've always called it heavy rock, or classic rock. The classic rock is mid to late 70s, very early 80s, but mainly 70s. And Purple were at the front of that. I don't think anybody that likes Deep Purple would class them as heavy metal. I don't think they would at all. Now, if Gambo would have said Judas Priest, he'd have got hands up from everybody, because the two that are most well known for heavy metal in the early days would be Black Sabbath, followed by Judas Priest. And they both come from the Midlands. So they're brothers in arms, really. So you'd get that, but Deep Purple, I thought, no, Gambo, I'm not sure about that. Anyway, I heard some other things. I heard something from Bill Ward today, wonderful words. Heard other bits and pieces, stuff from other bands that have said things. All nice, all great. But I have got some things. I mean, there was an interview early on on the BBC. You may or may not have seen it with Gene Simmons. I'm just your doubting Thomas. I'm someone that's hard to be convinced by anything. I don't mind Gene Simmons. I don't mind Kiss. I've seen him a few times. But I also think Gene is one of those that's over the moon to be brought to air when somebody dies. And he loves to give his special words and get really emotional and make things really heartfelt, but say things that no one else is saying. He's almost like a rock encyclopedia that comes to life when somebody dies. And I'm not so sure how honest and genuine his interview was. Now, most will kick me for that and disagree with me, but I'm just not so sure. Not so sure at all. What else did we have? There was something else I put. Yeah, there was only one other thing, really. I thought to myself about Ozzy. I thought, I'll tell you now. I mean, he's gone, and as I say, absolutely loved, and I mean loved. I do know we're in a social media age, so there's lots on various platforms, and I do know the At Home with the Osbournes started the reality stuff, so I do get where people are coming from. I get all of that. But I thought to myself, the big cheeses now in Great Britain, the band that we've heard nothing but, well, we've heard everything about over the last 6, 8, 10 months is Oasis. And I thought to myself today, if Liam or Noel die, not now, they're really in the consciousness now, but die, age say 76, regardless of what they do musically from now until 76, will we hear the outpouring we're getting now for Ozzy? Not just of love, but of great thoughts. And will we see the volume of coverage for Liam and Noel that we're seeing now with Ozzy? Personally, I think absolutely nowhere near. And I mean nowhere near. Which to me shows you what Superstar is all about and what Showbiz is all about. I might be wrong. I won't be around, I wouldn't imagine, when Noel or Liam die if they get to 76. But I'd love to be looking up or down from wherever I may be and see if I'm right. I think I will be. I don't think they'll get the coverage that Ozzy has got. I really don't. Right, to finish with Showbiz, only a couple of bits, nothing to do with nothing. Elton John is trying to be peacemaker with Brooklyn and his mum and dad. He's trying to Bill Bridges, I don't think everybody's that keen on it, but he's doing his best. And also Sarah Lancashire, I see, got a CBE yesterday from Princess Anne. Very well deserved. What a fantastic, fantastic actress. From Happy Valley all the way back to Coronation Street. Gem after gem after gem. She is brilliant. With that, I'll love you and leave you. Nothing more on the showbiz front. That's it from me.